Scorpio, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. There's always an extended reading, which I hope you'll join me for, where we go deeper into the details of all the messages and continue the messages. Those links are below. You can also access those extended readings by joining my Unbound membership. The Unbound membership gives you full access to all extended for the life of your membership, plus all the other benefits of membership. So consider that. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Scorpio content comes out every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. If you want to join me for my daily tarot card readings, which I do live chat, I do that over on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link above. And remember, I begin with astrology, and then I move into tarot and oracle. So let's get into the astrology. The astrology this week, Scorpio, is pretty powerful for you. In fact, you are the power position. Pluto is, of course, your ruling dignitary, and it's still in Capricorn. That's not, we know that. But right now, what's happening is there's two sextiles. There's one that is between Pluto and Neptune, and the other that's between Pluto and Mars. Mars this week is going to return home to Aries. Very happy in Aries. The energy levels will pick right up. Remember, Mars is also still impactful towards you because it used to be your ruling dignitary before Pluto was discovered, and it still impacts you. So expect to get an uptick of vitality this week, especially since Mars and Jupiter will be conjunct when it enters. And that's just huge, just expansive, gloriously powerful projectile energy. So if there's any kind of chore or task, especially ones that you've been setting aside, you're gonna be able to get anything done that you decide to get done. This will be less of I'm setting my mind to it, though, than it will be I feel a primal urge to do it and I'm going to get it done and nobody's going to stop me. So definitely trust those instincts. That push will be there for you, and it's a wonderful feeling of feeling vital again. But the other interesting connection, we'll speak about the trine. The trine between Pluto and Mercury especially has been ongoing, both of them in retrograde. So a lot of this is retroactive, retrospective, or looking into what could have been missed, and communicating what could have been missed, or finally discovering it and seeing it and understanding it, realizing it. But the other really interesting aspect right now between Pluto and Neptune. Pluto and Neptune are also sextile, and even though there will be a the sextile between Pluto and Mars will dissipate by midweek. That sextile between Pluto and Neptune will remain. And what does that do? Well, that affects all of us more than it does individual. But what it does is it puts you in the mindset of changing of the times, healing those things that need to be healed in society, curing those toxins that we've allowed to be pervasive in our society. So how does that impact you? There's a level of certainty that I don't think you felt for a while. And this sextile is most certainly helping you feel more certain, especially certain about changes that you've had to make, or changing times, or the necessity for change. Change is not something that you normally have a comfort level with, but this sextile between Pluto and Neptune is going to make change a lot, not just available to you or sensible to you. No, it's going to make it's almost like you're motivated to change now, especially in the beginning, that sextile to Mars as well. There's a sense of motivated to change. You want the change. You're looking for the change. You're insisting upon the change, and you have the energy to get the change done. So this is a really nice time for taking action, for having the energy to take action. And beyond that, Scorpio, the certainty that you have now is better than you've had, I don't know how long. There's a level of, not only am I okay with this, I'm sure that this is what needs to happen. And it's not like you're pushing your views on anybody else. This is a very personal decision. This is very personal motivation. This will be the time when you will be able to say, if you're not with me, you're not against me, but I'm not waiting for you. You know, it's less aggressive as it is. There's certainty. Certainty like this comes but once. Certainty like this comes but once in a lifetime. And that is exactly where your certainty levels are. You are sure that the decisions that you are making, you are sure, not the decisions. I'm saying it, it's not that I'm saying it wrong. I'm saying it like it's a synonym. It's not. You're just certain that things have to happen, that you have to take action on certain things, and nothing that used to intimidate you is going to be intimidating you. You are quite in harmony with the other planets. There is one planet that you will run into a huge huge challenge with later on this week and toward the end of the week, beginning the next, and that is Venus. Venus and Pluto will square when Venus enters Taurus. And it's really interesting that that happens because all this other harmony going around with you guys, and all of a sudden there's a square to Venus, which means there's challenges here with jealousy. There's challenges here with envy. There's challenges here with dominance and who's in control. Challenges with control, especially if you're up against somebody who's vain. But this could also be a mirror up to your vanity and the ways that you have made toxic choices and that have impacted your life and actually affected the qualities of your life. So watch out for those lessons starting to jump out at you later on this week. Let's get into the cards. Scorpio. See the big picture, but we have something in reverse. So this is somebody that's extremely small-minded and very myopic and only looks at the things that they want when they want them because they want them. This is instantaneous gratification. This is coming toward the end of our energy. So yeah, that could come toward the end of the week. Either you're dealing with somebody like that toward the end of the week and know that it's really vanity. It's really narcissism. It really is a sense of, I only see exactly what I want and that's as far as I'll go and you can't tell me any differently. But it's also a sense of, like I said, could be you. Could be you starting to realize different ways where your own vanity or your own need to be in control of a situation has actually compromised the situation that you're in now or where you are, and this will become very clear. It'll sort of be put in your face. If it's with you on the bad side, the bad end of that stick, at least now you know. Holy crap! Look at what I've been doing. Look at what I've been fighting a fight because you aren't ruled by Mars anymore, but you are still driven by Mars. Sometimes that Mars energy will make you fight a fight just to win, and you'll lose connection with, but do I even want to win this? So this is the energy of being so myopic, you don't care. This energy doesn't care about what you're winning. It just wants to win. It's been very distracted by being right as opposed to getting what makes you happy. So there's a situation surrounding that could really come into make great impact later on in this week. And this is the first energy that's coming out. So it's telling me that maybe all this energy is leading up to that kind of confrontation with somebody or with yourself. Either way. Then we have time for a beginner mind, which is, yeah, that makes sense. This is newness. This is kind of going into it, kind of with spikes on your back, but ready for change, ready to make something new, trying something new. Maybe not necessarily being able to choose whether or not you could do something new. It was maybe you were forced into a situation. That's why you're a little bit prickly about it. And then we have be playful, but see, this is really cute energy because you're trying to make the best out of a situation that you didn't necessarily get to choose yourself. And there is a sense of hardship. There is definitely a sense of, I didn't want to do this, but trying to stay optimistic, and this is the beauty in this energy for this week for you, is that there is this maybe uncharacteristic sense of optimism, a sense of, I'm going to make the best out of a rough situation, which is probably new for you. And is the situation, this is the philosophical aspect of it, right? Questioning, is this situation bad at all? Or is it just bad because it's new and I don't do so well with new things? Either way, there's a challenge there for you. There's a legitimate challenge, but you are still taking on that challenge with a lot of optimism. And this is act as if. This is going with the flow. This is legitimately the energy of just trying to go with the flow and kind of blend, fly on the wall, not stand out too much, not ruffle the boat, rock the boat, or ruffle the feathers. A sense of just trying to take it one step at a time and, be optimistic about the situation. Act as if, be playful. Okay. This is definitely a sense of, there could be a little role play here in that you're acting like everything is fine. You're trying to stay upbeat about it, but there is a worry there. Trust the great mystery. This is a leap of faith. It's almost like you know that you have to hand yourself over to God. And I can tell you where you're getting that from is that Pluto sextile Neptune. This understanding of, I just have to trust. I just have to, even though I don't want to be in this situation, this is something that I maybe even tried to avoid it, right? This is a sense of, I'm going to dive into it and just let matters be matters and facts be facts, and I'm going to trust those people around me. This is a huge step for you to just trust. And then we have take the lead. This is probably your most profound act of leadership right now, is to show people that sometimes you can't have all the answers and you just have to enable the situation by getting out of its way, because maybe I don't know everything. And the wonderful thing about you, Scorpio, is you will always have access into everything, even though you won't know it. You will feel it. You will, when I mean feel, I don't mean emotion. I mean vibration. You will be picking up on something. And I can't stress this enough. It's because of something you're picking up on. Your ego may not like it. Your mind may not like it. It may be like, I don't trust it. I don't want it. You'll be fighting with yourself like that. But underneath it all, there's a sense of, but I know I need this. This is something that needs to happen. And there's a sense of peace when you start to enter in that kind of conversation with yourself. But I know I need this. And this is the right direction. This wouldn't have been what I would have chosen or would have designed as the perfect case scenario for me. But ultimately, I need to move forward here. So this is really courage in the face of changing times and changing situations in your life and being more open to that change. And then we have believe in yourself, planting some really firm seeds. This is about work. Your mind is really on your purpose and your function and committing long-term to making a long-term commitment to something, scheduling it, booking it, like staking your claim to it. Also a sense of, even if you have been the underdog, you're willing to do the work to not be in that position anymore. It's not like I'm just going to shut down. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to cry about it. Instead, I am going to stake my claim, get better at it, and do it because I said I'm going to do it, and follow through. Believing in yourself. That's also overall, this energy is a real self-esteem booster for you. Take a leap of faith, which we've been talking about a lot, Scorpio. This is a really good energy this week for you to jump into something. It's lucky. it's not like this wah-wah, Eeyore, you know, oh, everything's got a problem. No, there is this optimistic, I'm gonna take the chance, but I'm gonna take the chance on long-term commitment. So this could be you just making a decision to commit yourself to something that is going to impact you long-term. It may not be a long-term commitment as in relationship, though I do want to get a little bit deeper into that. It could just be a sense of, I have the stamina now to stay with this and to keep at this. There's a lot of sexual chemistry this week. There's a lot of sexual stamina. There's a lot of being able to channel that sexual energy into something productive outside of sex. And I think that in a lot of ways, that's what will be happening. There could be a huge clash later on when you clash with Venus, when you have that square to Venus, a sense of, how has sex been used against me? How have I used sex against myself or backed myself into a corner sexually? There could be some sort of in-your-face challenge when it comes to your sexuality that you will have to deal with then. Also, that's all a part of the transformation that's happening. This is just like the comeuppance that comes out of making really bad choices. Even in some ways, have I manipulated myself into a relationship using sex when this isn't really even a person that impresses me that much anymore? That could be something you confront over this next week. See the big picture once again. You've got all this wonderful energy, this positive energy, this clarity through your intuition. That's going to make you see where other people have been petty. It's going to make it really clear maybe who you've been associating with. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. And if these associations have been healthy. Because their pettiness and their short-sightedness stands out like a sore thumb to all this other beautiful, but I have hope, I have progress, I move forward, I want these things, I know I can do them, I have energy again, I have my vitality back. And then there's some like petticoat junction, you know, like petty shit that is there to get in your way. It will not get in your way. And what I'm saying is it's going to be super exposed, and you're going to bulldoze it. And you're not going to bulldoze it with intention. You're just going to bulldoze it with righteousness, because 100% I can say right now, Pluto driving you and the aspects to Pluto, you are on the side of righteousness this week. You are definitely on the side of, you're definitely on the side of right, of being correct, of all of that kind of like steamrolling over pettiness. And so especially this pettiness was coming from you, which we're always our most greatest enemy, right? Especially this pettiness was coming from you. All of this beautiful energy is going to steamroll it and lay it flat. If this is somebody that was standing against you, it'll be their pettiness, their short-sightedness, their arrogance, and maybe in extreme cases even narcissism is going to be steamrolled. It's going to be very clear, not just to you, but to everybody else, that they are not correct. They are not right. So this could really mark a moment of validation for you. Scorpio. We have Andromeda, which talks about almost like being an alien in a familiar world. And then winged messengers. This is messenger from on high. This is strange, unexpected messages that now you are picking up on. And then we have Capricornian energy, something about limitations, different limitations that you're going to start getting hints and clues from the universe about these limitations and how to... Okay. There's a caution there. Oh. Okay. This is describing the energy of this of this situation. So there are cautions, there are warning signs, there are warning symbols. Whoever has pushed too hard, whoever has gone too far, whoever has staked their claim to the point of obsession and has refused to back down to the point of narcissism and arrogance, they should be really cautious now. Because ultimately there is like flags on the play that are revealing. They're almost like it's a revelation of the self, where people are going to start sensing that something's off about that personality, that something is really off. You've gone too far. You've taken this too far. If somebody has gone too far with you, they are exposing themselves this week, because the exposure of the excess and the lack of righteousness and the lack of conscience is going to be so fucking clear that you it's like they're their own worst enemy in a lot of ways. There's an unexpected messenger here that is delivering this caution, this be cautious. It's saying be cautious of unexpected information coming out in a place from a place that you didn't expect it to come from. So it's almost like a warning. Take caution, especially around rules and regulations, especially combating different kinds of rules and regulations, or because you didn't do something by the rule book, that they may even try to get you like that. It doesn't mean they will, but desperate times, this person may get desperate and start throwing rule books at you, is kind of what I'm saying. If it's a person, if we were going to characterize it as a person, take the time to pay attention to the rules, because it could be used as somebody trying to strike out against you. Andromeda is here a sense of either it's going to feel like it's coming out of left field, or this help is going to come out of left field that is going to be unexpected and somebody should watch out for, because they didn't predict it, because they were so short-sighted. So whatever you were short-sighted, that's the unpredictable stuff that might catch up to you this week, or be your greatest ally, because you be the one delivering it, and you be the delivery person to make it catch up to somebody else. That they should have watched out for those things, but they didn't, because they were so short-sighted. So I don't know which aspect you're on. I tend to think you're on the better end of the stick. Like I said, the short end of the stick is not where you're at this week. So let's get into tarot cards. The links are below. I hope you join me for the extended. Bye, Scorpio.